Hello everyone and welcome to this video, which is in our Great Engine Game series and also our Crazy Leela series. We are looking at some more Leela Night Odds games. This one is actually against a Twitter friend who remarked that you know how tough it was to play against Leela with Night Odds. He's a very strong player. But somehow, yeah, he's getting close, some draws, but just so hard to put Leela away, and Leela is so tricky. So I found this game very interesting. I'd actually selected it before we even started chatting about it on Twitter. And I found it very striking because, you know, the point at which, you know, the engines just consider that that White's got just completely good compensation for the piece. It's as if, you know, the piece was sacrificed for compensation. Came really early, you know, and I just found it really striking. Also found it very striking to see what the engines were actually trying in order to play the position as black, and that just amazed me completely as well. So yeah, I mean, I'm learning a huge amount from you know, from watching and analysing these games. So yeah, hopefully it's going to help and entertain you as well. Let's have a look how this went. So e4, e5, and now with the knight on g1 missing, Leela is often playing these d4 sort of centre game positions. With the knight on g1, well, you're getting d4 as well, but you're also getting Rai Lopez's and other stuff. But Leela seems to like this one a lot with the knight on g1 missing. So e takes d4, queen takes d4, knight c6, queen e3, just what you'd expect in actual fact. Knight f6, and now bishop d2. I've also seen Leela playing a3 in order to play c4 afterwards and clamp down on the centre like that, which is quite interesting as well, and actually was a line that Stockfish tried out against Torch in my games. The idea at least of clamping down with pawns on c4 and e4. But here Leela plays bishop d2, and here black played the move a5 here. Yeah, not 100% sure about it. I guess that black is sort of waiting, you know, where to put the bishop. Maybe try and put it on b4 afterwards, and you know, maybe just starting some sort of attack against the queenside already, anticipating that White will castle queenside, because Leela does that an awful lot, castling queenside when it's offering knight odds, which, you know, very human, understandable approach, really, you know, for maximum sharpness. It's you know, certainly not a bad move at all, and we're certainly not saying that that this is any sort of problem. It's just a slightly unusual move. I mean, I think bishop e7 would be most normal. So after knight c3, then bishop b4 from black. Again, bishop e7, completely normal, but bishop b4, a3, and now bishop e7 from black. And I guess that what black was aiming for here was hoping to get a later b5 in and b4 and actually have a target to attack there. I mean, you can do lots of things. The engines suggest takes and queen e7, which is possible. I mean, white castle queenside, and it just you know, carries on sharp basically. But bishop e7 is fine too. It's slightly strange play from black. You'd say maybe a5 and then this bishop b4 to e7. But you know, black's just winning, right? I mean, it's not ruining anything at all, and there is some sense to it. It's just slightly unusual what black's doing. So castle queenside, and now the move d6 from black. Let's have a look. Do I want to? Yeah, I mean, we'll leave that there. You might have castled earlier, you know, and just, you know, kept the option maybe of playing d5 in one go, but d6 is perfectly fine too. h3 from Leela. So that's pretty clear what Leela's aiming for. G4 and f4, just gaining space on the king side, trying to push back the black pieces. I mean, you know, White's got this space advantage with a pawn on e4 facing a pawn on d6. So yeah, you know, the thing is, what do you do with a space advantage? You try and increase it, right? And you use those pawns to push away the black pieces. I mean, I find things like this quite interesting just to think about, because you know, when you've got lots of pieces, you know, often the basics of what you're supposed to do, they tend to get forgotten somehow. And when you've got fewer pieces, well, it's much more crucial that you do things in the right way, right? And the right way to increase a space advantage is to try and or to make use of a space advantage rather, is to increase it still further. Use the advantage that you've got to start getting into contact with the opponent's pieces, pushing them away. And yeah, g4, f4, g5, f5, that's what we want. So bishop d7 played by black. Slightly a strange move, that one, and just starts getting interesting to see what the engines actually want here. And I was quite shocked, to be honest. What the engines are looking for is to go, in this position, castles, and then bishop e1 from Torch and Stockfish, just to clamp down on the d5 square, not to give black the possibility to break with d5, and then, you know, preparing to move the pawns later. But here, the engines were playing the move d5 anyway. And yeah, after e takes d5, playing the move knight b4, cunning, making use of the fact that a b4, followed by rook a1 is going to be really dangerous for white. I mean, you know, white's got some material back, but yeah, you know, there's a big initiative brewing there for black. And after bishop c4, then knight a6, and the engines consider, okay, yeah, you know, this is the 100% correct way to play. We're going to get our pieces, develop some pieces like this, and this is great. We've given the pawn back, but we've got some activity for our pieces. And I found this so striking, because, you know, it's clear by seeing this that the engines are already seeing some danger in black's position if black remains passive. You know, white's a piece down. White's just started the game with a piece down. But already around this point, the engines are saying, yeah, we need some decisive action, right? We need to play some moves to give our pieces scope. And then we'll be fine. No, then no problem at all. We've given a pawn back. We've lost a pawn back, but we still consider that black's +3 in this position, clearly winning. But some action is already required, already at move 9. And I found this really, really striking, you know, because it didn't occur to me at all, this. But, I mean, I think it just really shows, you know, how out on activity engines are nowadays, and how really aware they are of the danger of passivity. And, you know, what they can do with activity is so amazing that, you know, they're willing to try and nip that in the bud, even at the cost of, you know, giving away a pawn or something. So I found this really, really striking. So, you know, after bishop d7, white plays king b1, very calm from Leela. Yeah, g4 was a move that I was expecting, and it's quite amazing what the engines suggest here. They suggest the move g5 in this position to try and block white from advancing with a front of pawns on the king side, with the idea that if queen g5, we've got this trick knight e4. Well, to be honest, it's getting quite sharp here. You know, these were, oops, not queen takes g5, queen b8. This was Stockfish against Torch, but yeah, I mean, pretty crazy somehow, yeah. But it just sort of shows somehow, you know, that the measures the engines are already thinking about, just to deal with this you know, space advantage of white that's going to start increasing. I just found it, you know, really interesting, because again, it just hadn't occurred to me at all that this was the sort of thing that you would be even thinking about at any stage. So king to b1, castle kingside, and now g4. So the engines, Torch and Stockfish, just the normal engines, they're assessing this at -2.75, so still completely winning for black, but you know, it's definitely somewhat less than the -4 that the engines start with when you're giving knight odds like this. So, yeah, you know, I found that again very interesting. And after g4, the engines, I'm sure you can imagine, they're just saying, yeah, d5 necessary here. And if e takes d5, then knight b4. Not going to worry at all. If you want that knight, you can have it, but black will be getting counterplay back, and otherwise giving up a pawn. But we're, freeing our pieces, freeing some stuff. We're going to play c6 soon, and just free ourselves and start hitting back at the white position. Again, very striking how keen the engines are on that. So rook e8 was played here, and white plays g5, and now probably the last really amazing moment here, or the really incredible one, because the engines consider that after knight h5, white's just got full compensation for the piece. No doubt about it at all, just full compensation after what Leela did next. There's only one line that black can play here, or maybe you just want to pause the video and just have a little think about what do you think the engines are recommending in this position. What are the engines recommending in this position? It's knight takes e4. That's what they say. Knight takes e4, knight takes e4, and then d5, knight g3 and d4, and bishop e6. This is what the engines want, and they consider that black's still got a clear advantage. But just giving back the piece, it's the material is not worth it. It's better to have this sort of position where you're just up a pawn with some a few tempi for dynamic play. That is way better than remaining a piece up but passive, but more passive. And again, it's one of those things that if I was playing seriously nowadays, I'd be furiously trying to reprogram myself, or not reprogram, I think, but recalibrate my understanding of what is compensation for a piece, and when when is it important to give material back, because I think I'm hopelessly out of sync with what the engines are saying. I'm thoroughly with black here. I would have played knight h5 in an instant, said, yeah, that's really what needs to be done. But the engine's already saying, oh, after this, it's just absolutely full compensation for white. And why is that? Well, we ruin the black kingside pawn structure. We get our front of pawns, and look at these pieces. So little compensation there. So little activity rather for the pieces, and that is worth a whole piece. So, the engines are getting absolutely desperate here, right? They are getting, this is the moment now. We've got to start sacking stuff. We've got to start giving stuff back. It's absolute panic stations here. So, b5 is one idea. Bishop e6 was Torch's idea, which I quite liked. f5, bishop c4, b3, knight e5. We're giving away that bishop. That's going to give us some counterplay. And whatever we do, we're just going to try and, start getting some stuff in there and attacking. We need to strike back, right? No choice about it. So black, just plays very normally and sensibly. Yeah, you're a piece up. Let's just get the kingside repaired a little bit, put that bishop on a good diagonal, and it'll be fine. But now the engines are saying plus 2.78. Can you understand? Can you understand how quickly that's gone from knight odds to 0.00 to 2.78 completely winning? It defies belief somehow. And it's what I mean by I've got to recalibrate somehow, because my natural inclination, I'm several moves behind Leela in understanding this, and by then it's already way too late, so very, very interesting. Really, really, really profound, this, to just understanding what dynamics in chess really mean. So bishop g7, bishop c3, bishop e6, knight f6 check. The best you've got is to take on here, but we're just taking on here, going rook g1, f5, queen h6. It's just totally over. It's just nothing to be done at all. The engines are having a whale of a time here, just winning lots and lots of games. So Yeah, how did Black play in this position? Black played the move King H8, but after Queen F3, he resigned because there's just too many moves, really. I mean, Queen H5 is one idea. Actually, even Knight H5 could be played, to try and force Bishop C3, Queen C3. And we've got stuff like F5 as well if we want. It's just totally, utterly lost. Just the threat of the mate on H7, the fact that you can't even take on F6 now because we take back and we fork the Queen and King. It's an absolute disaster. The best the engines could come up with was Rook G8, Queen H5 takes, but obviously that's just utterly horrific. From being a piece down on move 1 by move 20, Leela's just a queen for 2 pieces up. So there we are. I mean, I hope you enjoyed that. Apologies to my Twitter friend for publishing this game, but he said he loved the series, so hopefully this isn't going to put him off. And thanks very much also, for sharing your experience on Twitter about it, because it's you've got to be brave enough to do this. I haven't played Leela yet. I'm going to do it, but I'm just waiting for some holiday and a bit of mental energy. I'm exhausted at the moment to play, but I'm not expecting my results to be good at all somehow. I mean, I definitely think that a strong player can make a good score against Leela, particularly with some preparation as well. But I mean, you've got to be in great form, like David Navarro was against Leela last time, because the tricks that you're getting at every single point of the road, everything that's tricky for a human to play, Leela is doing. I mean, that's the genius of the programming, right? It's you see how Torch and Stockfish are playing these positions against each other, and they're finding some great things. But you're often seeing at the early stages, you're saying, "Oh well, I wouldn't mind playing against that. I'm completely safe then." And Leela's not doing that. Leela's just upping the danger all the time and giving humans decisions that they'd rather not make, time after time after time, despite being a piece down. So I mean, it's really quite amazing, and I mean, it's one of, to be honest, this is probably the best thing in chess I've seen all year. This by far, I think, and I think it's not only incredibly interesting, not only amazing programming from the Leela guys. But also, I think really says something fundamental about dynamic compensation and how much a piece is worth and what you can actually do even missing a piece. And if you'd asked me, before this Leela stuff happened, I would have said, well, you can't do anything when you're a piece down. You're just totally lost. End of story. And now I just think totally different about it. And to change the thoughts of a grizzled old grandmaster at the age of 50 so profoundly, I mean, it's got to be something pretty good, really. So there we are. Hope you're enjoying this series. I've got some more Mariotti, of course, all around, and I'm doing another series on a super player at the moment, so I think you'll enjoy that one a lot. But do keep your eyes peeled, give a like, subscribe, take a look at my new books. Lots of great stuff in there. And, thanks very much for watching, for being part of this channel all year. And, hope to see you at the next videos. Thanks for watching.